I'm sorry, Mark. I'm not sure I know what you mean by those people.
No.
This looks terrible.
Alright. 5-minute timer. And go.
Frailty was good. The acting was great. The score was great. Do you remember the score?
It's been a while since I've seen it.
It's a good score.
Okay.
The shot composition was good.
These are very, like, generic comments you could make about a movie.
The time period was a time period that I like.
Did you watch the movie?
Of course I did. It's about it's a pretty high concept movie. I didn't think I had my phone, but my butt just vibrated. Pretty high concept movie. So basically, time machines exist.
No.
No. Hey, this is my 5 minutes. Time machines exist. And the judicial system is, instead of sending you to prison, depending on the severity of your crime, they send you to a different time period. So let's say you did a really bad crime, they send you back to dinosaur times. But let's just say you steal something, then they just send you back to the 80s.
What constitutes getting sent back to the Holocaust?
If you're Kanye West.
That's pretty good.
No, I didn't watch the movie.
You did not watch the movie.
No, I
All
didn't
right.
watch the movie, no.
What the hell? All right. It's up to me to save the day with my review of Spun. Spun, starring Jason Schwartzman, and
Jason Schwarzenegger, yep.
And he's in it, and I enjoyed the movie as I watched it, and
Wait, are you doing my bit?
I also found the acting to be compelling. The cinematography was most acceptable.
You're just doing my bit now?
The plot was confusing. I felt disoriented, and
that one actually works.
Like I had been spun around.
Yeah.
Because it's about a guy who hears the song on the radio, "You spin me right round, baby, right round," and falls in love with the. I didn't watch the fucking movie.
Disappointed in you.
I'm sorry, man. I ran out of time. I was doing other things. What's your excuse?
I watched Walk Hard.
You just watched a different movie.
Yeah.
All right, it's time to change the format of this show.
Yeah.
Well, I think for at least the next couple episodes, maybe since I do a lot of the creative control on the editing side, maybe you could pick out some movies that you're like, yo, this looks like it could be fucking terrible but tasty. And
you know what I think it could be terrible? I was actually thinking about this today. What could be terrible?
What?
Is Avatar 2: The Way of Water.
Real quick, before we get into talking about Walk Hard, why don't we just real quick summarize the films we had assigned to each other, just in case anyone was curious? Because, I'll go first, Frailty is actually a very, I feel like, interesting psychological thriller suspense movie. It's about Matthew McConaughey, and he goes to a police department and he says, "I'd like to report a string of crimes that happened years ago." And he's actually giving this sheriff a full confessional of when he was a kid and his dad, played by Bill Paxton, had this hallucination that he had been visited by God and told that he had to murder these people who were undercover demons. So his dad snaps, just like that, and stuff starts falling off the shelf. So basically, Bill Paxton, he's just a car mechanic who one day snaps and has this vision that he has to build this torture chamber under his shed, and his boys have to help him, and they have to find these people around him. Yeah, his two sons.
Oh, his actual
his two
boys.
Sons, yes.
I thought it was his
boys. No,
boys.
it's this happens in the older decade. I'm not sure which decade, but probably 60s, 70s, something. And they build this torture chamber, and they start picking these seemingly random people and he basically tortures them until they confess this sin that they've done, and then he kills them. And so the boys are subject to this, and
The boys are back in town.
but the movie ends with several small twists. And if you think you can see at least one of them coming, you probably can't see the others coming. So it is, I think, a pretty good slow build thriller, worth a watch.
That sounds pretty good, actually.
Maybe we should watch it sometime.
Sometimes truth defies reason.
You're crazy!
Only demons should fear me. You're not a demon, are you?
Yeah, I should watch that.
What's Spun about?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
It's pretty good. It's got Jason Schwartzman in it, and, you know, he's doing drugs.
Spoof, dope, crank, creep, bomb, spank.
Methamphetamines.
Call it what you will. It's all methamphetamine. That's what I'm here for. Hey.
They're all doing drugs. I think there's like maybe there's a wrestler in that movie.
I'll make you a deal. 6 months worth of dope.
Just give me a ride where I gotta go. So how many more stops do you have to make?
Just keep driving, lover boy.
It's been a while. It's good, though. I remember liking it. I was kind of hoping you'd watch it and tell me about it.
But this would be the benefit is if we sit down and watch the movie together.
It'll be
That we're
fresh.
not, yeah,
it'll be fresh.
We'll each have fresh notes on it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel like this is an amazingly awkward segue episode into that, but
It had to happen some way.
It's weird because stuff happens and you don't really notice it while it's happening. Life is sort of passing by.
So you want to talk about Walk Hard?
Walk Hard. Walk Hard.
The Dewey Cox story?
Dewey Cox story. I really liked Walk Hard. I've seen it before.
Okay.
But I remember when it came out, my recollection is that people didn't care for it. And I had this distinct memory that people didn't care for it.
He accidentally chopped his brother in half.
This was a particularly bad case of somebody being cut in half.
Holy shit.
So I was like, well, why might that be? And then I looked it up, and it came out in 2007, which is like one of the best years for cinema.
Yeah.
All kinds of good movies came out.
So it got overshadowed.
Yeah, including 2 other like Apatow films came out. Both Superbad and Knocked Up came out in 2007.
Oh yeah, yeah, and everyone, yeah. That's what everyone was talking about.
After it. But I mean, it just in general, like There Will Be Blood came out, No Country for Old Men came out. I think Atonement came out that year. Like just amazing movies came out that year. So I think that like Walk Hard was just like, of all the things you could watch in the theaters, like that was just like not great.
Yeah, like a fake biopic.
Yeah, but like now, I mean, okay, so there's like the other like much longer conversation about how just comedies in general don't get made as much because there's no market for like DVDs, so everything that goes into theaters has to make money in theaters. There's no like second chance on physical copies or anything for the most part. So I mean, that's one thing is I think now I almost feel like there's, and I felt this way before, is there's a lot of older comedies that when they came out you're just kind of like, eh.
From the time he was a boy.
Ain't no 6-year-old understand the true meaning of the blues.
I reckon I might.
I done a bad thing. Cut my brother in half. It's not bad for your first time.
And now it's like, I mean, even like that movie, This Is 40, I think that, like, if you go back and watch that now, you're like, oh man, I miss this kind of stuff, you know? But Walk Hard is good. It is 30 minutes too long. Walk Hard is 2 hours. It should be 90 minutes. So, like, there's a small portion where it drags, but otherwise it's just like, it hits.
Yeah, the celebrity pop-up cast in it.
Oh,
is hilarious.
Fantastic. I mean, Kristen Wiig's in it.
I do believe in you. I just know you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
Tim Meadows.
And you never paid for drugs. Not once. You slept with my wife.
You slept with me too, and I've had confused feelings about that for 10 years now.
And you never once paid for drugs.
Not once.
Yeah, I was thinking more of like the scene with the Beatles, where each one of them it's Jack Black.
Oh yeah, Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Maybe Jason Schwartzman, I think.
Yeah. Jason
and
Justin Long.
Justin Long.
Justin Long. Yeah.
It's just like that lineup right there. That's 4 famous people that like are leads in movies, just in one scene.
Yeah.
Don't know why you two don't let me write more songs. You know, I just sit here while my guitar quietly whimpers.
Well, you are the quiet one, so why don't you shut the fuck up?
I've got a song about an octopus. Jam it up your ass. You're lucky we still like to play drums.
Wow. Seems like there's a rift happening between the Beatles.
All right, so we're breaking format. We're going to switch it up. What do you have any recommendations on what we might try to watch next?
Avatar 2: Way of Water. You want me to say Surfer Dude, I think.
That seemed like a fun one.
It does seem fun, yeah. I don't know. The reason I like that is because I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're going to do a game at the end?
You edit. You just...
Game time?
Yeah, game time. So this one's called J-Law.
Oh no.
I'm gonna tell you a movie, and you have to tell me if it's Jude Law or Jennifer Lawrence. Who's in it? Which one's in it?
It depends on whether or not it's the first film to ever cast a female lead.
No, it's another. Just tell me if it's Jude Law or if it's Jennifer Lawrence.
If it's J-Law or Dude Law, got it.
Jude Law, yeah, Jude Law. Alright, Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore.
Oh, that's Jude Law.
Okay. Drillbit Taylor.
Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah, good job.
Okay. That's a complete guess.
The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Jude Law.
Jude Law, yeah? Yeah. Alright, last one. The Beaver.
I never saw The Beaver.
You never saw The Beaver?
No. We should add that to the pod.
Yeah, that looks terrible. It's been a long time since I saw it. But yeah, The Beaver.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say Jennifer Lawrence.
You're correct, yeah. Jennifer Lawrence. She pioneered women being in roles with puppets.
Alright.
This looks terrible.
And you never paid for drugs. Not once.